Welcome to Peep This Out Reviews with Ian K.
Stay frosty.
Stay frosty indeed, as always. Guys, welcome to the Friday night live stream. This is Ian K, creator, producer, and host of Peep This Out Reviews here in Peep This Out Reviews studio. Actually, right now, this is where we do it every single week. A little bit of Halloween fun for you guys. You're probably going to be hearing the rain coming down here in just a second. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay and see me okay. Definitely give me a thumbs up. Let me know that everything is coming through loud and clear outside of the rain, of course. That would be great. Great to see everybody here in effect. We're going to see everybody jumping into the chat here in just a second. It looks like a lot of people are jumping in already. Shoutouts to Buzz7332 for being our first super chatter of the evening. He is pretty much notorious for being number one, and I appreciate that greatly. Thank you so much, Buzz. Which, incidentally, is the nice segue should you guys wish to contribute to the channel. I'm obviously a one-man show, but you'll find that little dollar sign below in the super chat box where you guys are chatting now. Keep in mind, YouTube does take a little bit from you to do that. PayPal directly, you'll find a link down below as well. That would definitely be great. And to give back to you guys, we've got a 20% off code for the Teespring store at PeepCap, which is the code actually on Teespring there for 20% off. Should you guys wish to get some shirts or anything else, all that fun stuff you already know. But great to see you guys on here right now. Let's see who we've got. We've got Erna, Michael Domayer, thanks so much for jumping on, Randy Molina, Annette Cervantes, as well, Kyle Broussard. Great to see you guys all on here right now. We've got Drew from Drew's Food Reviews. Apparently he just had a couple of those monster tacos from Jack in the Box. It's all good. Dom, 1 week later from your birthday. Thanks so much for jumping on, my friend. I appreciate you being here. Shelly as well. Very nice. A little bit of the calming rain coming through there. I can hear it on my side. Hopefully, since we're going to be getting started in just a few minutes, if all this water coming down in your speakers right now, it's going to make you want to use the restroom, now would be a good time to go. So that way you won't be distracted. But let's see here. We've got Annette saying spooky season in effect. You already know. That is awesome. Buzz7332 again. Happy Friday night chat to you as well, my friend. Thank you so much for being here. And looks like it is all jumping in here. Everyone's beginning to file in, and I see a lot more people on my side compared to the 23 that you guys are seeing there. So that number will jump very soon. But guys, again, thank you so much for being here. Welcome to spooky season. It is officially in effect for the rest of the month. I'm very excited right now. Cristobal, what's going on? Thanks so much for jumping on. Great to see you guys as always. We've got Ant12132, we in the building. You already know what it is. We got the thumbs up. Trav tries in effect as well. Trav, what's going on, brother? Thanks so much for jumping on. I appreciate you being here. Larry Nguyen, Constance Cherry, Sebas T. Another spooky edition. Let's peep this out. You already know. This is my season. I love it. Absolutely love it. Maureen Descatado, thanks so much for jumping on as well. Ed Keaton, it is no worry about being late. Trust me, you guys always have these replays available, which incidentally, if you're watching this after Sunday at 12 p.m., this is the live stream from this past Friday. Really, really good stuff I have planned. You guys will see it down below. Also in the description box, it's all time-stamped for you as well, should you want to jump ahead. Let's see here. Rain sounds great. Honestly, I thought it was the audio you put in. It actually is. It's not raining right now. This is an audio file in the background. So hopefully my voice is coming through over it. It's not too distracting. I was playing with it all week. Just playing around with a few things. PB, happy Friday to you as well. Great to see you guys on here right now. We'll get started in just a minute or two here with the review. I've got something else to show you. My final selection for Masters of the Universe, finally. My finishing figure for all the Legacy figures now. I'm all caught up. For the first time in my life, I have the whole collection, aside from all the newer ones that will be coming, I'm sure. So we'll show you that a little bit later on. But great to see you guys on here. You guys are all chatting away here. This is awesome. Let's see who we've got here. Everyone is saying hello to Erna, to Ed, to Annette, to Drew, to Maureen, everybody here. This is awesome right now. Drew, watch out for the monsters in the stream tonight. See what you can pick out around me here. I've got little bats flying around. You can probably see them up above, and then down below is some flickering pumpkins, and you may see something kind of walk across the screen here occasionally. It's just a little bit of a different background for you, you know, naturally because it's October. Mark is asking, do I plan to dress up for Halloween this year? Yes, I probably am going to. Michael Myers is my thing, so I'm probably going to be doing something, either walking around or just, you know, scaring some people. Who knows? We'll have to see how it goes. I'm still being very careful with everything, so we'll have to see. Sean Hickox, how are you? I'm good. I'm good. Thank you so much for asking. Hope you're doing well as well. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well as well. All right, guys, before we get into the first order of business, Let me just say again, welcome to the stream. Guys, it's hard to believe we're already into October right now, and now officially everyone is in Halloween mode. But naturally, you guys already know when it comes to me, Halloween begins late July, early August. That's when all the stores start filing in with all the goodies, all the candies and stuff like that. You know, indirectly, you start seeing things kind of trickle in. But now everybody's in the mode right now. So it's been a very eventful week of goodness here. Naturally, with all the Domino's stuff that's come out. I had a lot of fun filming all of those reviews early last week. So it was actually a very fun just knocking those out in a row. Starting actually late last weekend and then into the early part of this week, on top of just some of the other stuff coming out naturally for Taco Bell. We'll get into that in just a second here, all that good stuff. Annette loves Michael Myers. Yeah, there you go. I'm right there with you. Absolutely. Larry Nguyen, have I tried the apple cider donut from Trader Joe's? I have not, but I have tried the one from Dunkin', I believe on the stream here a while back. So it was actually pretty tasty from what I remember. How was your trip to Party City last night? Yes, my IG story was lit up with a few different things there. It was pretty nice, actually. I went to go get the smoked brisket again, like I was telling you guys last week with the wifey. We went to Chipotle, and right across the way was Party City. So we went inside. There was hardly anybody in there as expected because it's still kind of freaky out there. So we walked in and checked out, you know, all the scenes that they had, and it was really cool. I mean, I had a lot of fun checking out some stuff, although the store was a little empty in terms of merchandise also. It didn't really feel as packed, but everything was kind of spread out. So it was pretty cool. If you guys saw my IG story, there was some fun videos posted there. I'll probably repost those to my regular profile so you guys can check them out there. I might do that tomorrow. So watch out for that. Watch out for that for sure. Let's see here. Question from Pikaru Jew 786. Hopefully I said that correctly. Do you like the Saw movies or Final Destination? I prefer Final Destination because I think they're a little bit more inventive, believe it or not. The later versions of Saw, you kind of become numb to it, you know? So, just okay. But I like the Final Destination flicks, personally. I hear they're doing another one of those, which, by the way, Paranormal Activity, Next of Kin, another version of that movie coming out. Supposedly the final chapter wasn't necessarily that. It's a cash cow, of course. All right, so let's get into just real quick here, just to catch you guys up for those of you who want to know what is the latest and greatest out there right now. And it is pretty much coming from Domino's and Taco Bell primarily. Taco Bell with their Cantina Crispy Melt Taco. There is the standard version of it with the usual seasoned beef, as well as the black bean version that came out today. That was a lot of fun shooting those. And then naturally the Domino's oven baked dips. There is 3 of them. You've seen 2 of them so far, so I won't tell you what may or may not be arriving tomorrow at 12 o'clock. Process of elimination, I'll let you guess and see what that is. But it was a lot of fun checking those out. And then, of course, the Ghost Pepper Nuggets from BK. That was a lot of fun to put together. I love that. It's one of my favorite thumbnails. I know a lot of you guys are sending me messages about that, and I love it. I love it. I love it. So thank you so much for the love and support on that one for sure. In there. And then, of course, we've got the Domino's Chocolate Lava Crunch Cake. Domino's is getting a lot of love lately. I haven't done that many Domino's reviews in a row since actually doing all the sandwiches that I knocked out that one week. But you've got a lot of fun stuff there to take a look at. And, of course, tomorrow. And then this replay on Sunday. If you're watching it after Sunday, take a look at the replay or the videos from yesterday. I don't want to give it away right now on the stream, but I think you can figure it out. But you'll have a lot to look forward to for this coming week as well. I'm a little bit ahead of the game, so I've got my stuff together already. So I'm very, very happy to be able to relax a little bit this weekend, which is good. So let's go down the line here. We got Mr. Jimmy, Mi Familia in effect. Thanks so much for jumping on, Mr. Jimmy. Right there in effect. Let's see. Everyone is saying hello. Great to see you guys on here. Constance Cherry, I think I'll put the dog in the pumpkin. I found a bag of cinnamon sugar Cheetos bag of bones last week. You know, I saw the Flaming Hot, Michael. Actually, Michael Domayer. I saw the Flaming Hot bag of bones today in the store. It was pretty funny, actually. I was just like, man, I remember doing these when they first came out. Pretty crazy. What's the Taco Bell item that you miss? For me, the Volcano Quesarito. I love that volcano sauce. I really wish they would bring something like that back. That would be good. Sean Hickox, I've seen lots of your videos. What have you have a perfect score to? Oh, wow. Okay, I know what you mean there, Sean. I've given a lot of 10s away, and I typically do that based upon the experience of what I'm having. If they're actually succeeding on selling exactly what it is that I'm reviewing, and if it's executing across the board, whether it's flavor, presentation, just everything with it there, you'll see a few 10s mixed throughout. So there's definitely a lot of 10s that I've given out over the years for a lot of the stuff out there. Randy, did you watch the Crazy Gideon's commercial yet? I have not, Randy. Forgive me. I have not. This week, like I said, has been crazy. It's very hard for me to lock down a time where I can kind of relax and do what I need to do and just kind of, decompress and watch things. With the exception of certain shows and stuff like that as well, which I did finish Masters of the Universe, Revelation back when that came out, but also the new version, the kid version, which is actually not a bad story. It was kind of cute. That wasn't bad as well. And I just finished up Money Heist, Season 5, Volume 1, which was a mind-blowing first 5 episodes. I won't spoil the 5th episode for you there, but that Money Heist is definitely an awesome show on Netflix. Regular water tonight, just in case you guys are mentioning. In case Buzz is asking, it's just some water tonight. My voice is feeling good, my throat is feeling good. So it's all good there. Maureen, Descatado. My Target store has Coca-Cola coffee in cans. Okay, cool. I actually reviewed, I think, that one or two versions of that. I think I may have done here on the stream of that there. They're kind of like in the energy cans, right? They're kind of like the longer cans, the 12-inch versions of those. So good times, good times. All right, so let's see. Who else do we have here in the chat? Once we get to about maybe like 35, if we can get close to 40 in a few minutes here, maybe we'll jump into the review. And we'll see what's going on there. Let's see. Sub has infiltrated the house. Of course. Hey, if you don't have any haters, you haven't arrived. Remember that. And I guess Sub is a passive-aggressive hater, but I do appreciate the support either way. Any comment on videos, any thumbs up on videos, or even thumbs down on videos, all of that stuff goes towards the positive interaction because it's getting a response from you guys. So that's awesome. So welcome, welcome, welcome. All right. Constance Cherry, I did binge on He-Man. Yeah, I actually, I knocked out that kid series, which actually was really good. I got to admit, it was a little bit of a better story than the Revelation one because it was a little bit more closer, I think, to what He-Man really is about. So we'll have to see. I'm going to give, Kevin Smith the benefit of the doubt to really pull it out for the second half, which I know he's going to. Everyone is just all upset right now because it's only the half the story. But just wait. Just wait and we'll see what happens here. Drew thinks we're doing Pikachu Oreos. Absolutely not. Lord Darkseid, what it do, man? Oh, Junk, I'm a little late playing God of War. God of War, that's a fantastic series. Fantastic series. You must be excited for Ragnarok coming next year. That's going to be pretty amazing. Oh, we got Stay Frosty being told. You can actually hear it. Erna donated 2 for the super chat right now. I appreciate that. Do I like Bryan Adams? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Bryan Adams, classic from the 80s. You already know. Erna, I appreciate the super chat donations, which, if I forgot to mention in the very beginning, I think I did. Anyone who does donate to the channel, whether it's here in super chat as well as PayPal, is an automatic sponsor naturally of the channel for the week. You'll find your names down below in lights, of course. And I appreciate you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It really does help out. With all these things coming out nowadays, it really does go a long way towards continuing to make it a little bit easier to get that stuff for you and then to do what I have to do. Because contrary to popular belief with some people possibly, I do not get things for free from the places that I go to review. 9 times out of 10, I am paying for what I am doing right over there. It's very rare, but I appreciate it. But it's important, definitely, to let you guys know that. And also, if anything is ever sponsored, like I mentioned a few weeks ago, you'll always find that in the video posted as well as in the description box below. I'm totally legit with my stuff as always. You already know. Derek Leveske in the house. Derek, what's going on? Very cool. Somebody say it was Lord Darkseid's birthday? Let me go back over here real quick. Hold on. 1 second. Lord. Let me see. I'm going down the line. Trying to find it here if it's something it's mentioned. Drew's, my second job is Michael Myers at Party City. I just missed that. Sorry, Drew. That's pretty funny. Oh, man. Well, hey, Lord, do me a favor. Just put down if it's your birthday. I'm guessing that it is because Maureen is saying happy birthday. I think you may have done something there. Mr. Jimmy, look into my eyes. Oh, very cool. All right, real quick, before we even get started into this review, because we're about to get started in just a minute or two here. I know I keep saying a minute or two is a very long minute or two in here, but we're waiting to get a few more people into effect before we get this going here. If you guys can throw some pumpkins and cakes. Let's see, because it's around Halloween time. Let's see some pumpkins, some cakes, maybe some knives. Let's see some emoji action right over here right now, and that would be amazing if you can do that. I'd appreciate it just for Lord, and we'll sing a very happy birthday to him real quick. As soon as I start seeing those emojis jumping in here, once it catches up with the delay, we'll do that there. So let's see here. Sonic, what it do? Appreciate you jumping on here. There we go. We got some emojis coming through right now. So with that being said, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Lord Darkseid. A very ominous avatar name, perfect for the season. Happy birthday to you. And many more. Naturally. Health, happiness, and success, like I always say to all my peeps, in that order, of course, because if you don't have your health, you don't have anything. So stay as healthy as possible and get some exercise in on occasion. Look at all those emojis. We got plenty here. You guys are making me hungry for some donut action right now. You know, I really feel like I need some donuts today. That's looking really, really nice. And again, shout outs to Bus7332. I appreciate the super chat donation in the lobby in the very beginning, one of the first ones, and again to Erna as well. Of course, you guys are immortalized down below right over here. Great to see you guys in. There we go. Sonic, have you ever been to Trippy Foods? Valentina for no, I have not. I have not. Let's see, Brian, what's your favorite way to prepare brains? By watching Return of the Living Dead before I do anything. Because that movie, I'm telling you, it's all about brains. Let's see. Yes, Summer of 69, absolutely. From Brian Adams, from Have You Seen a? Absolutely, that one there. You already know. David P. in the house. Great to have you, great to have you. It is great to be on here with you guys. Saber fans, what it be, what it do? Ian Rock's doing the best food reviews. I appreciate that. That was some nice like pseudo rhyming right there, Saber. Hey, I'm just happy contributing to the community. I have a lot of fun with you guys, and I have a lot of fun creating content. Alexander, is it raining? Quite possibly. Quite possibly. Sonic, I like the new Carl's Jr. honey chicken waffle sandwiches. Yes, they really did a great bang-up job with that sauce. It does very, very well. Although, like I said in my review, I really wish it was actually 2 full waffles instead of just like a split one. You know, just because it kind of gets, you know, get a little wobbly, soaks in, and it's a little bit messier that way. But 2 full waffles would have been amazing with that. I mean, they did the donut. Remember, you guys remember the donut, the chicken sandwich from KFC? That was 2 full donuts on that one there. I was blown away by that. Free V-Bucks, yes, I love all the Halloween emojis. We're definitely in the spirit with this right now. You already know. That's awesome. All right, you guys ready for the review? If you guys are ready for the review, let's see a ghost. Give me a ghost right here in the chat. Ben Nguyen, sorry you're a little late. Just a Krispy Kreme donut for my cousin. No worries, no worries. Hey, definitely, it's all good. It's all good. You guys know these replays come out on the weekend, so this one will be out Sunday at 12 o'clock for you guys. Favorite Halloween cartoon is going to be The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, Mr. Ed Keaton. That's classic right there. All right, we got ghosts. We got ghosts. Critical East Japan in the house as well. Critical, thanks so much for jumping on. Ironically, the 2 full donuts could have been 1 split in half. Yes, they could have, but the thing is, though, Paul, the gluttony of KFC is legendary. So I definitely appreciated the fact that they went all out with that. I think Carl's really needed to kind of really, like I said, have 2 of those and keep it legit that way. But 2 full donuts with a fried piece of chicken and the glaze, I was like all over that. It was really good. All right, very good. Let's haunting some snack tonight from Ben Nguyen. There we go. In effect, we got plenty of ghosts here. You guys are all in here as well. It is awesome right now. And again, all the amazing content creators that happen to be here right now making themselves known. Jackie Hero Food Reviews jumping in here, including as one of them. Make sure you guys are jumping on over to subscribe, to like, to comment, all that good stuff. Definitely great content. It's all about that proactive and all the camaraderie. The community is strong. There's a lot of happiness going around. Visibly in videos as well, which is awesome. And they definitely love what they do. Absolutely. They're Jackie Hero Food Reviews, Critical East Japan, Trav Tries, Drew's Food Reviews, all the other amazing peeps who may not be making themselves known right now, but they should here in the chat because it's one big happy family. Critical, next stage, a double down surrounded by 2 donuts all dipped in syrup. Hey, you know what? I think Canada just got back to double down. I want to have the double down personally. I really want to actually review that on the channel. I've never reviewed that. I've never had it. So I'd love to give that a go. Jackie can probably tell us a thing or two up in Canada about that one, for sure. There's a lot of really good stuff up in Canada and vice versa. What we have, Canada doesn't have. What Canada has, we don't have. It's all a matter of just literally, you know, going with the flow, and hopefully we'll get a lot of these back and forth between. So we'll have to see there. So with that said, I think it's time to jump into the review real quick, and then I'll try and answer as many questions as possible as I'm seeing them here. We'll have to see what's going on with everybody here. Annette is saying, are there any other food places coming out with spooky meals? Well, different things for Halloween, naturally, but the actual meals, pretty much what you're going to see is like the usual individual items. Not like, Burger King has like, the meals that they have right now. It's nothing going to be anything like that I'm aware of anyway. But if something is going to come out, it's probably going to be out in the next week or two, obviously, because Halloween is not that far off. So we'll have to see. There's a lot of hype right now for the Ghost Pepper Nuggets, strictly because of what it is and the time of the year that it is, and I really enjoyed it at the same time. So absolutely, when it comes to that stuff there. Erna, super chat donation again. Thank you so much. Who's saying Everybody Wants to Rule the World? That is Tears for Fears. What was the album name and what year and month did it come out? Oh man, who can answer without looking that up? Well, I know the name, but I couldn't tell you. I want to say that's like in the 1984-85 range, I want to say. But if somebody can answer that for Erna, Tears for Fears, or at least point you in the right direction right there. But you definitely had your information posted up right there, Erna, one more time, as well as down over there. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Good times for that. Good times for that. Yes, 10 years. It's been a long time, Jackie, for sure. I haven't seen that out this way. I don't remember actually seeing it here at KFC when I started my channel back in 2013. So just to, process of like mathematics, about 8 years I've been doing this. Actually, a little over 8 years, every single week for 8 years. It's crazy. Yeah, it's been a long time, but I haven't seen the Double Down. I'd love to do it though. So hopefully we'll see. All right, guys, time to jump into this review right now. And this is going to be definitely a fun one. I don't remember doing these, and I know that, with Halloween coming up around the corner right now, this is something that I definitely wanted to try. I think I know what to expect from it, but I really fell in love with the box when I saw it, and I really wanted to give this a shot here right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to freeze my chat on where I'm at right over here, so that way I know where to start from here. So if you guys are going to be answering some questions or asking me questions during the review, try and hold that till once I'm finished. I'm going to jump back into the chat because I don't want to have you guys saying, well, how come he's not answering my questions? Just cut and paste them or whatever you need to do if it's a quick retype, and then we'll go from there. But I'm going to freeze it right where Jackie, on my side anyway, where Jackie says, Happy Thanksgiving weekend to all. That's right, in Canada in the chat. It is Thanksgiving time. Craziness, craziness. But hey, God bless you. I can't wait for Thanksgiving next month. It's going to be good. All right, guys, time to jump into this right now. And without further ado, let's bust into some Scary Cakes action with Scream Filling, limited edition. I really love the boxes. This is the time of the year where all the fun treats come out. Basically it's their standard cupcake that's in here as well. The chocolate frosting on the top with the squiggle, with the cream. This just looks really, really cool. And if you take a look at the back here, spooky wrapping for shareable snacking. This just looks really, really cool. So for celebration, tips, sweets, and treats, there you go. Hostesscakes.com/Halloween. Hashtag unsponsored. I just noticed this right now. So there you go. Scary Cakes right in here. And just like last year, I think either the last year or the year before, I actually showed you guys that everyone that I've actually seen do types of reviews on any type of Hostess snack always opens the box wrong. If you guys think you know how to open up the box correctly for Hostess, give me a thumbs up right over here in the chat, because a lot of people pull the tab off on the side and then they rip open the side and they slide these out here. That's not how you do it. So if you guys know how to open these up correctly, give me a thumbs up over here, because I'm very curious to see if you guys know how to do this correctly here. So I should probably actually just say, you know what, let me open this first and give me a thumbs up if this looks like the correct way that you do it. But it looks like Erna has got the thumbs up as well, so there you go. All right, so if you guys notice around here, we have a seam that you can kind of see. It's a line right there in the middle going around, and on this side is the pullable tab. So keep that focused in. Right in the very middle, there's the pull tab where it says limited edition. So everybody does that part correctly, because naturally you pull it and that pulls, right? Then you lift this up, and most people, this is where they stop. They see the stuff on the inside, they see the wrappers, and they begin to pull this off. It drives me nuts every time I see reviews of stuff like that. I'm like, no! If you feel around the box, you're gonna feel the seam here, and you're gonna feel the seam there. So all you gotta do here is, once this tab is pulled, you then slide your finger down the seam and get ready to be blown away, for those of you who are not aware of this already. What you do then is you go to the other side and you do the same thing. And lo and behold, look at what you got here. When this is sitting on the counter, ta-da! There it is, open sesame. a beautiful presentation for you. And I did that on one try, one pass. That is how you get it done, guys. You open up the tab on the side, you slide it across. So for anyone getting started with food reviews right now, first thing you really need to do, aside from figuring out what it is that you want to talk about with these things, is figure out how to open up the packages and definitely showcase it. So that way people can go like, wow, look at that. That's pretty cool looking packaging right there. So just so since they're actually on it right now, take a look at that snackable packaging. It looks really nice, actually. Gotta admit, these are really, really nice. So we got 4 of these on either side. Let me get one this one probably looks pretty nice. Yeah, this packaging is really good, actually. Look at that. Try and focus that in right there. That is some nice detail. What do you guys think? If you guys like this here, let me see a pumpkin in the chat. Give me a pumpkin, because we got pumpkins on here right now. Or even a witch, if you guys can find the witch emoji. I'm giving you a workout with the emojis tonight, but I'm really digging that. Twinkies are easier. Yeah, it's a top notch from Sonic. I agree. This, by the way, was $3.50 right now. Robert H, super chat donation. I appreciate you. Hang on one second here. Let me shoot on down. I appreciate you. Fist bump to you as well, brother. Thank you. I appreciate that greatly. I love the badge right over there. Those things are cool. Which you guys have the ability to do. I enabled that here on my channel. So if you guys want to purchase those stickers, you have some options there. Very, very cool stuff there, Robert. Thank you, man. I appreciate you. All right, so like I said, I think I know what to expect with this one here. And if my sister is watching right now, yes, I'm going to be bringing some of these to you because I definitely want to. This looks pretty awesome. But I got to be honest, these are a little bit smaller than I remember. If I remember correctly, these were a little bit bigger. But again, portion control, you know, it's all good. So let's open this up. And actually, before I do that, let me cover my laptop here. All right. So just like the classic Hostess, they have the little paper insert on the bottom of these. It actually looks really nice. It's almost like fondant right there, the way that it is. It's got that smooth, rich, clay-like texture, the smoothness of clay. Not that it is clay, but it's smooth. It has the squiggle, which is normally the white line that goes the squiggly down, but they have it reversed here. And then you have that chocolate cake looking really nice. I got to admit, this is coming out beautifully right now on my side here. It looks really nice. If you guys are digging what you're seeing here right now, give me that thumbs up. This actually looks really cool. Now, granted, it's not anything different from the standard version. So there is nothing that you can see, but these are filled with what they're calling Scream filling. So there you go. Scream filling, scary cakes. So we got some food coloring in the chocolate essentially here and some fun Halloween goodness here. Let's confirm it for you guys. This really looks pretty tasty. We're going to peep this out right now. It's the scary cakes with Scream filling here on Peep This Out Reviews. A grown man eating a cupcake live on camera for you guys right now. Let's do it. That's a timeless flavor right there. Wow. But you need a drink. By far. Wow. Tasty. That formula does not change. The recipe is the same. Really tasty. Kind of thick on that chocolate top there. It's just a little food coloring to give you the orange look, but that same rich, creamy icing in the middle. This is definitely a pretty tasty snack. And obviously, you know, shareable naturally. They're individually wrapped and packaged, which is pretty good. Do you guys ever get Hostess when you were a kid, when you were trick-or-treating? Did you actually ever get a Hostess in your trick-or-treat bag? I never got anything like that. It was kind of like a premium, I would think, to get something like that. It was always basic candy. But if you've gotten Hostess treats in your trick-or-treat bag, I'd be curious to know that. Man, it's been a minute since I've had one of these. It's pretty banging. Let's go upside down with this one here. And just so you guys know, if this looks familiar to you, this is actually the snowball from Hostess. It's actually this cake flipped upside down and coated with coconut. So if you guys know about that, you guys know that this was actually originally a snowball. I'd love to see some palm trees here in the chat. Let's see who comes up with a palm tree. I'm going to give you some obscure ones tonight here and there. But that's essentially what these are. The snowballs are these cakes covered in coconut and flipped upside down just like this. So really the same thing. But guys, the quality is nice. So let's do another quick split here. Try and keep the focus. Keeping it slow so it stays focused. But again, Nice creamy, chocolatey, rich flavor. That Hostess flavor is timeless there. You have the light sweetness from the cream itself. The fondant-like outer coating on the very top here, just with a little bit of orange dye in it. It's tasty stuff. PB lights up the palm tree first. Awesome. Marv did it as well. Shelly as well. Nice. Larry, you should charge your Friday night show, change it to the Peep Show. Indirectly, it's the Mi Familia show. Because you guys are all family to me, and I love you guys. You already know what it is. All right, so we're going to kill this one here because we have to do it. Definitely a lot of fun with this. I got to admit, I like this variation of it, even though it's exactly the same flavor that I know. This works because of the color and obviously the time of the year. It's really fun. Yes, yes, yes. I kind of satisfied my itch for a donut right now, believe it or not. Very good. So, to round this one out, for the scary cakes with the Scream filling on this one here, I'm going to give this one a solid 8.5. I mean, it really is the same flavor that I already know from the regular cupcakes from Hostess. It's legendary on their side, and with their lineup anyway. But the new version of Hostess is really playing around with a lot of the colors. I saw they had a white ghost version of Ding Dongs also, which is basically just a white chocolate version of the Ding Dong. And I was like, maybe I want to give that one a shot eventually as well. So we'll have to see. They had another version of the Twinkies, which was pretty much like a dark Twinkie. Pretty much looking like this, really, just in Twinkie form. So, really fun stuff. They do it every year now. Hostess is definitely doing it up. The scary cakes, about $3.50 locally, $2.99. I'm sure this will probably bottom out at certain places, but an easy recommendation, guys. And like I said, timeless flavor with some fun marketing to go with here with Scream filling. Really cool. And for those of you who don't know, now you know it is time to get the box open correctly whenever you do this thing here. Rip open the tab on the side and then run your finger around the box. And there you go. It's designed to sit on the countertop so you can grab one of these things. Whenever I see people destroy these boxes, I'm like, no, what are you doing? That's not how it's designed. So it is what it is. But it's a lot of fun. So scary cakes in effect. Glad to give that one a shot for you guys. It was a lot of fun to check out. And cool packaging. With the little, the ghosts, and we have, well, what do we have here? We got some scary looking trees, a witch, and a few pumpkins. So pretty cool. Pretty cool on that. Good stuff. All right. Ben Nguyen, why don't they make a new name like Spooky Cake? I like scary cakes. Scary cakes actually works for me. That actually is working pretty good. Let's see. Ed, the closest thing that's scary about that is the sugar content. Well, you know what? Considering it's 20 grams of sugar, 2 Oreos is about 17 or so. So it's about the same. It is sweet, but it's not like over the top, like crazy sweet like that. Let's see. Annette, Peep This Out University, how to open a Hostess box 101. Oh, gosh. Vincent, oh my God, there is a storm in my house. Yeah, you guys are loving the sound effects in the background. All right, let me jump on back real quick over here to where we were with Happy Thanksgiving from Jackie Hero Food Reviews going down. Let's see. Constance said she was going to dress up, but now it's not working. Have I considered being the new host of Jeopardy from Sonic? No. Ben Nguyen, did I hear you have raining in your place? Actually, I'm right in front of my window, actually, here, too. I mean, I have my blinds closed and all my lighting is on and everything, too, that way. But, no, it's all sound effects, my friend. This is actually running right now in my software. So I'm just trying to give you guys some ambiance. But, like I said, should you guys wish to use the restroom, I mean, feel free to go do what you got to do. And, we'll be here when you get back, mostly. So let's see. Going down the line again. Am I the only one who knows about Tears for Fears album and year? Ernest still looking for the answer to that one, guys. Let me see. I haven't caught up to see if anyone has guessed it. Let's see. Larry, will you go to In-N-Out for everything? You know what? Not tonight. I don't plan on going to In-N-Out tonight. But probably in the very near future. I have it pretty close to me here. Sonic Jet, I love Twinkies and the Apple Pie Classic. I have never had the apple pies from Hostess. It's always been kind of like the Chocodiles, Suzy Q, obviously the cupcakes, the Ding Dongs, Twinkies. Let's see, Vincent with a lightning flash in the night. Well, we have a lot of activity. If you look closely, the rain is kind of coming down behind me over here. We have some bats flying above my head over here. It looks really cool. I like it. Drew, I opened the box the way Ian does. Good. Good, Drew. I'm telling you. I can't stand that when people rip boxes like that. I'm like, this is not how it goes. You just ruined it for yourself. Sonic says, get a scissor. Erna, 1985 was Tears for Fears. Okay, I think I was close. I was close. That's cool. Dang, they opened like a donut box. Who would have ever known? Derek Leveske. There you go. You learn something new every day. I guarantee you're going to tell that to somebody at some point, though, Derek. I guarantee you. That's the only way to open it from a net. Yep. They put them on display like that. Yep. You already know. You already know. And again, shout outs to Robert for the super chat donation. I appreciate you. It's a cool sticker, man. I love seeing the different variations of stickers that you guys choose for that. They're very cool. Let's see. Derek Leveske, full-size candy bar houses. I would come back in 5 or 6 different masks just to get the treats, I'm sure. All right, very cool. I'm going to try and catch up towards the bottom here to catch up with you guys. Hang on one second here. The trips, what's going on? Guys, I'm totally dinging your Instagram lately. Very cool stuff. I appreciate you guys being on here right now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see. Does anyone notice it looks like you're eating a Minion? Oh, when you're eating the cakes? I guess given the look? Maybe. If they were yellow, I think maybe a little bit more so, Jimmy. I don't know. Let's see. All right, now I'm catching up at the very bottom here. Here we go. Critical. They should really make an instruction manual a little bit more clear. Maybe include a link to this video or two. There you go. There you go. I'll definitely make sure to have that time stamped into the bottom description. I spent time on that. If you guys take a look at the last few, I spent time putting some things in there for you guys. But you'll be able to find the directions officially with the demonstration, of course, here for you. So yes, absolutely. Sonic says I should dress like Ronald McDonald. Really? That is so funny. Drew, I should make an instruction video, snack box opening 101. How about to peep this out? That's hilarious. Trips, thank you to thanks Ian. Our IG is all Kelly. I'll pass along the kind words. Very cool, very cool. Shout outs to you guys. Shout outs to you guys. Definitely relaxing vacation pics and all the fun stuff that you guys do. It's always enlightening and fresh to see. Prince, let's go crazy, let's go nuts. Yes, you already know, Purple Rain. That's a classic right there. Ben Nguyen says he was a little shook when he found out Domino's Pizza is the most hated fast food in America. Where? Where did you see that? Where is that even? How is that even possible? It's great pizza for fast food pizza. It's great pizza. Trav, maybe right when the thunder hits. So are you guys doing the thing like from Poltergeist, like when you see the lightning, you count down, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the further that the numbers get away from you, that means that the storm is getting further and further away. We actually had a pretty big storm that came by here, like it was like a 24-hour thing that happened quickly. But there's a lot of activity with lightning and thunder and a lot of crazy stuff here recently. So I was thinking of that because I had watched Poltergeist recently super late at night, and that scene always freaks me out with the kid and the clown and all that stuff when I was a kid. That was a PG movie back in the day when I was a kid, and it was pretty freaky. So, but I always find myself doing that. Even though I'm 48, I'm always finding myself when there's thunder and lightning, I count to see how far away, is it going further away when the thunder hits, because that's how you measure it. So for those of you who don't know, now you know. See, again, you learn something new every day. So, teriyaki donut from Annette Cervantes. What is that all about? Carl Broussard, will you name the worst review that you gave a 1 out of 10? I think it was a bacon soda. I think it was something that I gave a 0. And I think in that video I launched rockets at myself because I just needed to be blown away. It was ridiculous. I can't believe I was drinking that on camera. Some type of soda. It was like a Lester's Fixing soda back in the day. Do a search for that. I think you'll find it. But I literally got hit by a lot of nukes in that video. It was kind of funny putting that together. So, Poltergeist, one of my favorite horror flicks. Yes, Scared by the Tree Outside from My Bedroom from years. They did such a great job with that. Tobe Hooper and Steven Spielberg, I'm telling you, it was fantastic movie. Classic movie. It really was. So let's see here. Derek Leveske, the remake of Poltergeist was pretty comical. That was straight garbage, Derek. I'm sorry. I watched that and I was like garbage all the way through. There is very little remake movies out there that really do the original source material justice, with the exception of Halloween. Not just because I'm a little biased because I like Michael Myers, but they executed it very well to erase a lot of the mythology and start from 40 years after the original movie, which was good. Which I can't wait, because obviously the week after next is going to be, actually next Friday is Halloween Kills, so I can't wait for that. It's going to be on Peacock too, so you can stream it. I'm excited to watch that. Very excited to watch that. Let's see. Sonic Jet, the trip's right, but I told Val about Ian and he said, let's peep this out versus Trippy Foods. It's almost the same show. That's cool. That's cool. We have, like I said, a lot of amazing content creators in the community, all with their own ways of doing things. And I'm always a fan of watching all that stuff, especially a lot of the newer stuff that's creeping into my feed lately. A lot of people are jumping into the food review game. There's a lot of, people just getting started and getting comfortable with the camera. And I love watching those because I remember what it was like in the very beginning with that. I just remember it. Always being conscious of the lens, looking at the viewfinder instead of the lens itself, which would always drive me nuts. Getting comfortable looking right at the lens and then getting your points across and doing what you have to do. It just becomes second nature after a while. So it's fun to watch people grow and begin to kind of really change the game as they go, and they get better and better and better. And it's good stuff. It's definitely good stuff. Teriyaki Donut is LA-based donut shop that sells Japanese fast food. Wow, man, I'm going to check that out. That actually sounds pretty good. I can only imagine the flavor of that. Yes, Trav, that's straight out trash. Basura. You already know. You already know. Let's see here. Going down, we're going to jump into another quickie look at one last item here. So we're coming up on 20 minutes till already. I can't believe how quickly things go. Tony, yes, those were real skeletons at the end of Poltergeist. I'm telling you, that scene where Jo Beth Williams falls into the pool, always freaked me out with that. Like I said, that was not a kid's movie. It really wasn't. It really wasn't. But they don't make them like that anymore. So, what are you going to do? It's all CGI, and it's just, it's all about the psychological thing. It's very few they have actually, like, ghost demons and things like that. They just don't do it. They don't do practical effects that much anymore. So, I miss those types of movies. I was a huge fan of those as a kid. Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, Evil Dead. All these things I've shown you guys over the years with different types of, memorabilia and things I have behind me here. I just love all that stuff. Let's see. Voodoo is good stuff. I recommend it. I still haven't found that yet. I need to pick up on that for sure. Let's see here. Larry, what was that last comment that you had on here? Let's see. Did you delete the live screen from a couple of years ago when you tell the story, the same scary story about the haunted forest? You probably mean no. Everything is up currently. Everything can be found in the live stream replays playlist. Everything. The only stuff that I usually kind of either put like either private or unlisted is usually something where I don't intend to either stream and I just show up one night, or I'm doing some testing, technical stuff to make sure things are working correctly. But everything you'll find there, just go back in time and it's all time-stamped. Now you'll be able to find those. Let's see. Derek, the younger girl from 2007 Rob Zombie remake in the new Halloween movie, sure looks like her. That I don't know. I'd probably have to take a look and see. I wasn't a super fan of Rob Zombie's vision of that. I didn't like the whole trashy version of what he was doing, at the same time. But again, it's in the same vein of what he does with his other movies, so I guess I shouldn't be too surprised, and a lot of people shouldn't be either. But considering House of a Thousand Corpses and, Devil's Rejects and all the rest of that, it's got that rough type of, cast, so to speak. But yeah, I wasn't a fan necessarily of that one there. Plus, the size of Michael was too big. He was just too hulking, and it takes the whole point away from being ultra scary. The imposing thing I get, but not the fear factor wasn't the same, with that one at all. Let's see here. Ed Keaton. There used to be an old '80s TV show, Sledgehammer. I think I remember that. Sonic. I know Ian has a family show, but he's an adult. Sonic, this is a family show, brother. Just by me acknowledging you that way, you already know. Come on now. Trav, let's see, probably Sweet Tarts. He's answering somebody here. Oh, from Iculus. Okay. Very cool, very cool. Catching up here, answering some stuff. Anything that I see jump out at me here? Let's see. Going down the line. All right. So guys, like I mentioned at the very beginning of the stream, the very last collectible of the classic line of Masters of the Universe finally arrived. And after trying to look down and finding it for the lowest price possible, I looked everywhere, I waited, I got in touch, I did everything I needed to try and get this down as close to virtually retail as possible. Finally, I was able to pick it up. In process of elimination, we're going to take a look at Roboto, the Heroic Mechanical Warrior. This is a classic from back in the 80s. And this is one that I always wanted to get. A lot of my friends had this one. I never had this one. And then I moved away to California in 1984, and this was the last that I saw of him. But classic figure on this one here, the Heroic Mechanical Warrior. This is the last of the official line before all the new ones start coming out now. So every single character is now in the collection above me, which is kind of crazy to think about everything going across the top here, which is actually going to be going up on pegs in about a week and a half. I actually have a bunch of clear pegs I'm going to be putting up to lift everything and then move and then put things up there. But this is the final one. Finally, we've looked at every single one at various points on these streams. So let's just finish it out and we'll show you this one here. Built to be mighty and programmed to be courageous, Roboto protects his friends and defends Eternia right there. The artwork is pretty awesome. It looks like he's shooting the sword out of Triclops' hand right there. But it looks really cool. The artwork is really, really nice. This particular one has the same feature as the 80s version where you twist him and then all the gears start moving naturally in his chest and his mouth moves up and down, which is kind of cool. So the gears actually move in his chest and his mouth goes up and down like back and forth as he's doing his thing. And he's got different interchangeable hands here, 3 interchangeable weapons. So all these characters, we've got them. They're finally in effect. Roboto, Zodak, Merman, Skeletor, She-Ra, He-Man as well too that way. But very, very cool. And it's an unpunched card too. The card back looks awesome on this one. It's literally, there's like nothing wrong with this. It's pretty clean with everything. So this actually came from San Diego from a shop. And I was able to basically send an email to them saying, please, if you ship these, put it in a box with packing material, please, because I actually had one shipped to me in like a bag that was in my mailbox. I couldn't believe it. Fortunately, it was decent, but craziness right there. So definitely good times with that. And now anything going further that's already pre-ordered into next year and into late this year is already taken care of. So that's going to be something fun to check out there. Dome Arigato, Mr. Roboto, classic 80s track. Who sang that song? Erna. Who sang that song? Dome Arigato, Mr. Roboto. That's probably where the name comes from, to be honest. That's pretty cool. Epiphany Shields, I don't believe he was created by Skeletor, no. I could be wrong, but I don't believe so. But he's one of my favorite characters, and he's one of the most elusive to get, honestly. Which came first, this character or the Styx song? Styx, I think we just got it. Paul just jumped in there with that. Styx, there it is. Paul, you snuck in there, clutch. Clutch, brother. That's awesome. That's awesome. But yeah, Styx sang it. Arigato, Mr. Roboto. But yeah, he's very cool. This takes me back. I love these card backs. I totally feel like I'm a kid again. I smile every time I look at these. And sometimes when I'm trying to kind of take a moment, I just swing my chair around and I just look at the top of my wall and I just think to myself, when I was a kid, I wish I had all of them at the same time. And thanks to finally, being able to have them, it just really just warms my heart. It's very, very little that I buy from myself because I'm always building and creating and doing stuff naturally. When me and the wifey, we go out, we do stuff. But it's nice to have a little bit of a hobby that kind of takes you back to what it was like way back in the day. And these look amazing. I love them. I love them for that reason. But shout outs to Paul right there for Styx. I haven't heard that name in a while, yes. But I think, actually, you know what? The Trip spelled it correctly. It's two X's, right? It's 2 X's, I believe, on that one there. So you guys can confirm it for me right now, but Styx is obviously it. That's awesome. That is so awesome right now. Erna, she's a maniac from Flashdance, 1983. Absolutely. Derek, Erna liked the pop-up version of the song. Peep This Out Live. Very cool. Ben Nguyen, can't believe the Taco Bell used mixing Mountain Dew and orange juice became Mountain Dew AM. There you go. Hey, I didn't even know that. David P, so it is 1X. Okay, good. Okay. I think it looks more artistic with 2, personally. But shout outs to Paul. Either way, he guessed it. 1X, she says, I goof. No worries, no worries. Paul knows what's up. He's just laying back in the cut saying, nah, we'll let them answer it. It's 1X. That's cool. That is so cool. Guys, I can't believe Halloween is literally a couple of weeks away. Well, 3 weeks away, actually. I think it's on a Sunday this year, if I'm not mistaken here. Let me check to see. When is Halloween? It is Sunday. All right, Sunday it is, which means that if we do anything on the 30th, actually the 29th would be the night. We got to figure out something to do for Halloween for that stream. So we got to figure something here. I'll think of something, but we'll have to see. And the rain is coming down right now. It's been raining for the past hour. Something tells me, I think for the next like 3 or 4 streams, 3 streams or so, I think it's going to be raining pretty heavily. I think. I don't know why. Just something tells me. All right, let's see. Erna, let's hear it for the boy. Yes, that's a classic song from Footloose. Denise Williams. Kenneth, Jackie, do you know how to play this? Going down the line. Annette, wear your costume for the stream. Yeah, we'll have to do something for Halloween for sure. My Michael Myers outfit. You know, I've had the same Michael Myers outfit for the last 20 years, guys. The same overall. It's been clean, don't get me wrong, it's been clean. But it still fits, I still wear it, and you know, it's kind of hilarious that that's just my all-time favorite character. My all-time favorite character. So good times, definitely good times with that. Derek Levitsky, I had my volume set way down, didn't even know that you made it rain till you said something. That's hilarious, Derek. Dress up like the Riddler. We'll have to see about that, Lord. We'll have to see. Probably not. I'm not, you know, I love Batman, naturally. It's one of my all-time favorite characters also, but that's a very specific costume set that I just don't pull off well because there's really no character that I think I would do justice to. Because of my size, I mean, I'm 6'3" and like a medium build. I don't know what character would fit, you know, so to speak. Maybe being Batman, possibly. Derek Levesque, Ian makes it rain. That's hilarious. Trav says the Joker. Yeah, which version of the Joker, though, Trav? That's the question there. Which version? I mean, the Dark Knight version is legendary, obviously. But naturally, the one from 1989. There's so many different versions of him. Wasn't really a fan of the Jared Leto version. It's okay, you know, but that's not my Joker. So we'll have to see. Let's see here. So let's see, going down the line. Let's see here. Who's going to do that for the moment? Criticus Japan. Mark Hamill. Okay, yeah, that's a classic one from the animated series, or even Arkham, the Arkham games, Trav. The Arkham games, which I'm looking forward to Gotham Knight. I'm looking forward to the next versions there, naturally, of that series. We needed a good Arkham game again, because they perfected it. They perfected the combat. They perfected the overall taking on 8 or 10 enemies at one time and done in 3D. It was amazing. It was amazing with that. So we'll have to see. Probably Two-Face Lord Darkseid. That could work. I could put on like a suit and do like the half face, that type of thing. That could possibly work. We'll have to see. Erna, I'm a Joker. What song is that from? Because I know that sounds familiar. Steve Miller Band, The Joker, great song. Okay, there it is. There it is. Yeah, Jackie, I tried to get to one. I got one as it went there, so if somebody's in a timeout, don't worry about that. It is what it is. We get a few knuckleheads once in a while. It is what it is. Let's see, Steve Miller, that's the 70s era, right? Well, and part of that in that time frame, absolutely. Goes back in the day. All right. Guys, we're coming up in about 5 minutes left on the show here right now, and I'm going to be grabbing some food. I don't know what I'm going to be doing just yet, but I'm definitely going to be doing something here with the wifey. I'm going to check in with there. I can probably do Two-Face, you know, with the makeup there, Trav. I think that would possibly work. Naturally having, you know, the half piece on the head and then you have that type of thing there. We'll have to see, you know, about that. But then again, when you have like a Michael Myers situation or Freddy or Jason, when you have just the full-on mask, I mean, those work universally, I think. But for something specific, I can see Two-Face. I could actually. That sounds pretty good for that. I appreciate the thought. I appreciate the thought. So good times, good times. Well, guys, I got to tell you, this was a lot of fun checking out, some type of good stuff tonight, actually, in terms of just getting ready for Halloween. And of course, with the Scary Cakes action in effect, this was a blast to do. I'm glad I can show some of you and educate some of you on how to open up the boxes correctly. Pull the tab on the side and put your finger all the way around, and then you've got something to sit on the counter. So very cool with the Scary Cakes. We'll probably get into some of the other Hostess stuff as the month goes. Maybe as like a bonus review or something along those lines. We'll have to see. Blame it on the rain, Milli Vanilli, Erna. Yes, that's perfect for the rain right now in the background. That's awesome. And yes, I appreciate that, Annette. It was an educational stream tonight. Absolutely. Have you seen a funny little story? Went to a local library back in late 2016 and I saw a DVD of the new Poltergeist. And at first, I really thought it was the old one, but then I slowly realized that. Yes, I'm telling you, it was a garbage movie. That was a garbage movie. I remember that's when that one came out. It just wasn't good. This was not good at all. Not good at all. Oh, good times. Always happy to oblige you, sub. Always happy. You already know what it is. Well, good times, good times. So as we round this one out here, let's see. Derek has, what was that? Kyle, worst review was the Chipotle chicken sandwich. That was definitely a bad one. I was trying not to say that one because there was something one further back from that. But of the more recent, more modern reviews that I've done, yeah, that Chipotle sourdough chicken sandwich, that Cheaters Camp video, I think is notorious for being bad. It was really, really pretty bad. It was. But at the same time, it kind of, it is what it is. You get them, sometimes you get them, fresh when they make them. Other times it's been sitting there. Other times, even after that, people just don't care when they're making your food. It does happen. And especially you run the risk when you go late at night. Whenever I do my Cheaters Cam reviews, 9 times out of 10, I usually do okay. But for the most part, yes, I would have to agree with you. It was, that was a bad one. That was a bad one. I think that was that one. And also the steakhouse burrito from Taco Bell, I think, was one where I think they dumped too much salt or something happened during the prep where it was overly salty with that too. So let's see here. Dom's World found it Rob Zombie's 2 from Halloween at Target. Okay. That wasn't an overly bad movie. I really wasn't into Malcolm McDowell as Dr. Loomis in that, personally. I just didn't think he fit that very well. I guess you have the images burned in your in your brain of the legacy characters and who played them, and it's hard to replace that, even if it's a remake. But critical worst review: the pending Subway visit. It's so bad it hasn't even happened. It hasn't even happened, Paul. You already know. Dallas Cowboys versus Las Vegas Oakland Raiders. I watched the video. Very cool. I appreciate you. The Exorcist came out the year Ian was born. Thank you, Tiffany. I appreciate that. Oh, 73. And they're remaking, actually, that. The production house who's actually doing Halloween, the new Halloween movies, Blumhouse, they're doing the official sequel. They're going to do a trilogy of films based off of the first movie, just like they did Halloween. So that's going to be interesting to see what they're going to do right there. So I am excited. Ed Keaton, great stream as always. Have a great weekend, everyone. Stay safe and frosty. You guys do the same out there. If it does happen to be raining for real by you, first of all, I'm envious because we had, like I said, a 24-hour storm a few days back, and it was a beautiful situation to have that. I can't wait for the season to really kick off with the weather being a lot more in line with the season. But if you guys do have the rain around you, definitely enjoy it. And welcome to fall, because fall is officially here. We're turning our clocks back here, daylight savings time. I'm not sure when the actual date is. Actually, before we go real quick, because we got a couple of minutes, when is daylight savings time this year? Sometime, is it this month or next month? If you guys know the exact date here in the U.S., I'd be curious to know if we can get that knocked out before we close the stream out there. I'd love to know it. But aside from that, a lot of fun checking out, obviously, Scary Cake action. Hopefully we'll see some reviews of these in the community, I'm sure, as time goes by. Drew, November 7th. Okay, cool. So I always remembered it as spring forward, fall back. So we're going to be getting an extra hour of sleep. It looks like on November 7th. And if I'm not mistaken, that's going to be on a Saturday night going into Sunday. So before you go to sleep on November 7th, according to my boy Drew. Okay, so it's the 6th at midnight. The 6th at midnight, I believe. Yes. Okay, so obviously right at midnight on the 6th before it turns into the 7th, that is daylight savings time. Turn your clocks back, and then there you go. So that works nicely. All right, sub says early November. Nice. I appreciate that sub. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so yes, I'm excited. This is my favorite time of the year for daylight savings because I want my hour back, darn it. Okay? It's a family show. I'm not going to say what I really want to say, but I'm excited for it at the same time. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed tonight's show. I had a lot of fun checking out some scary cakes, checking out Mr. Roboto right there in effect for you. Circus Sticks, 1983, I think he came out originally. Back then for Masters of the Universe. Good times all across the board with that. And now going forward, we'll have some of the newer ones as well. So I appreciate you guys being here right now. You guys make the world go round. I can't thank you enough to all my amazing mods here in the house for doing what you do. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope you guys enjoyed Spooky Season's official beginning. Naturally, for the next few streams, we'll have some effects, we'll have some good times, and we'll definitely have it in the theme of the holiday season. To all my amazing super chatters who have definitely donated to the channel, of course, you're going to find your name down below in the description box as always. And of course, the PeepCap code off of Teespring for 20% off any of the items that you see listed there. Any face masks, stickers, cups, all kinds of fun stuff in there as well. Thank you so much for that as well. And for all of you guys, because you have choices on what you can do on a Friday night, especially on YouTube. And I appreciate you guys making my channel one of your stops. It means a great deal to me for sure. So shout out with everybody here. This was fun to do tonight to get into a little bit of the Halloween spirit. And I'm going to jump on over to my streaming software to catch in. I'm going to be here in the chat for as long as I possibly can before it times out. But just know that my heart's always in the right place. I love you guys. I appreciate you greatly. Have you seen, had the new Taco Bell Crispy Cantina Taco Melt for lunch today? It's really quite enjoyed it. I really quite enjoyed it myself. Very cool. Thought it was actually pretty good. I agree. Definitely tasty. I mean, it's got that restaurant vibe, and I enjoyed the black bean version of that. I actually rated that a lot higher than the original one. So if you guys haven't checked that review out just yet, definitely check it because they do black beans pretty awesome over at Taco Bell. It was really, really good. To Erna, to Maureen Descatado, Paul, thanks so much for jumping on. Philly Feet, what's going on? Thanks so much for jumping on, my friend. Michael Domayer, to Batman, if you're watching right now, I appreciate you jumping on. To Drew, you have a spooky weekend as well. I'm going to be looking forward to all the content from all of my amazing community peeps as well. Watch the IG chat or the IG feed from the trips. They have some great stuff as always. And definitely over to Jackie Hero Food Reviews as well too for all the Canadian goodies along with the trips naturally. Trav Try is doing it up big as well. I got to catch up on the last couple from Trav. And Drew, you've got a bunch of things that are out there as well, including the new Pizza Empanada I think I saw from Roundtable for that. So I got to take a look at a few different things this weekend for sure. I'll be back after the review comes out tomorrow on Saturday, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time here on the West Coast. Then you'll have the stream available from the replay from this on Sunday, and then we'll be back into it again on Monday. The train just keeps rolling, guys. The content is growing, and everything is just moving along. We cracked 35,000 subscribers. I know I'm waiting till the very end right now to tell you that. But thank you to every single one of you guys right now. It is amazing to be just, continually crossing those milestones and delivering content that you guys want to see and that you enjoy and that you engage with. I'm having so much fun putting it together for you guys. So we'll talk a little bit more about that next week because we're out right now. I definitely want to grab some food, but thank you for being here. And as always, this is Ian K officially closing out the stream for October 8th, guys. And like I always say, I've got brand new content every single week here on my channel, so why you stay tuned for that next review coming real soon. In the meantime, stay frosty. Good times, everybody. Thank you so much for jumping on here right now. I appreciate you. Critically Japan, definitely. I appreciate you as well. Great content as always. You guys definitely are knocking it out continually. Every single one in the community. It's just a blast to see everything blowing up from everybody. It's awesome right now. So I love you guys. You already know what it is. Have an amazing weekend, and I will definitely catch you soon. Let me jump on over here real quick. And if my boy Jay Nepper happens to be catching this on the replay, just in case, again, I'm going to be in the stream here in the chat for as long as I possibly can before it times out. But with that, peace. I'm out.